So let's start the orbit. So the orbit are the two pyramidal cavities situated one on each side of the root of the nose. So here that is the nasal bone is present. So both lateral side, that is the two pyramidal cavities are present. So that is called the orbit. So they provide sockets for the rotatory movement of the eyeball. The long axis of each orbit passes backwards and medially. The medial wall are parallel with each other, but the lateral wall are set right angle with each other. So in the another diagram you can see that is. So here this is the pyramidal shape cavity, that is apex is directed on the backwards, and here that is the anterior part, that is the opening, and here that is the eyeball is located with, that is the optic nerve, this one. Then the boundaries of the orbit. So orbit, they have the four walls, that is the medial wall, lateral wall, the roof and the floor. So out of this, that is the medial wall, it is thinnest wall and it is made from the four bones from before to backwards. That is first frontal process of the maxilla. So here this one. Then second lacrimal process of the maxilla, this one. Third, that is the orbital plate of the ethmoid bone. So here this is the ethmoid bone, and last one, that is the body of sphenoid. So here you can see that is the body of sphenoid. So this one, that is the sphenoid bone and that is the body of sphenoid. So four bones they should be present, that is first this is the maxilla, lacrimal process of the maxilla, then third one that is the ethmoid bone and then the sphenoid bone. Then the lateral wall, so this one. So lateral wall, it is the strongest wall which is made by the two bones, that is the orbital surface of the zygomatic bone, so this one. And second one, that is the orbital surface of the greater wing of sphenoid bone, this one. Then the floor, so this one. So for floor, it is formed by the three bones, that is the orbital surface of the body of maxilla, so this one, this part. Then second, orbital surface of the zygomatic bone, so this. And third one, the orbital process of the palatine bone, this one, this small part. Then the roof is formed by the two bones, that is first orbital plate of the frontal bone, so this large area, and second lesser wing of the sphenoid bone, so this triangular area, this one. So in this way, that is the two bones it should be forming, that is the roof. Then that is the boundaries of the wall of the orbit. Here in this diagram you can see that is the different bones it should be forming the roof, floor, that is the lateral wall, and this is the medial wall. So roof, it should be made by the orbital plate of frontal bone and the lesser wing of sphenoid bone, that is the two bones. Then the floor, that should be made by the three bone, orbital surface of the zygomatic bone, orbital surface of the maxilla and the orbital process of the palatine bone. Then the lateral wall, it is made by again two bones, greater wing of sphenoid bone and the frontal process of zygomatic bone. And the medial wall, it is made by the four bones. First, that is the body of sphenoid bone, orbital plate of ethmoid bone, lacrimal bone and the frontal process of the maxilla. Then the features which is present into that the orbit. So let's see first into that the medial wall. So in the medial wall, that is the lacrimal bone is present. Here you can see that is the lacrimal bone, and here that is the lacrimal fossa is present, so this one. Then the anterior and posterior ethmoidal foramens. So here you can see two small anterior and posterior ethmoidal foramens are present. Then into that the lateral wall. So lateral wall, only one small foramen is present, that is called the zygomatic foramen. Then just above and lateral side there is the tubercle is present, that is called the Whitnell's tubercle. So this one. Then the floor, so this one, that is the infraorbital groove is present, this one. Then the small rough impression anteromedial angle for the origin of inferior oblique muscle, so this one. Then the roof, so the roof on the lateral side, it shows that the fossa on this laterally, that is for the lacrimal gland called the lacrimal fossa. Then the trochlear notch or the spine at anteromedial side, so this one. Then the optic canals, this one, the optic canal at the extreme posterior part of the roof of the orbit, so this one, foramen is present, that is present on the apex of the orbit. So through it, that is the optic nerve, and that is the central artery, ophthalmic artery, and other structure, they should be enters into that the eyeball. Apart from this, the two large fissures are present laterally. So here, that is the supraorbital fissure, and this is the infraorbital fissure. Then let's see, that is the margins of the orbit. First, that is the supraorbital margin, so this one. So it is formed by the frontal bone and present, that is the notch, so it is called the supraorbital notch, and the small foramen is present into this notch, so that is called the supraorbital foramen. Then the infraorbital margin, so this one. So it is formed by the zygomatic bone laterally, so this one, and the maxilla medially, so this one. Then the medial orbital margin, so this one. So it is ill-defined and formed by the frontal bone above and the lacrimal crest on the below, that is called the lacrimal crest of the frontal process of the maxilla. Then the lateral wall, this one, it is made by the superiorly, that is the frontal bone, and inferiorly, that is made by the zygomatic bone. So that is the margins of the orbit. So here in this diagram you can see, that is the lacrimal fossa, so that is for the location of the lacrimal gland. Then that is the supraorbital and the infraorbital fissure. Here, that is the trochlear notch is present, and here, that is the groove for the origin of the inferior oblique muscle, and here, that is the lacrimal fossa. So throughout this, the lacrimal crest is inferiorly present. Throughout this, that is the nasolacrimal duct, that should be enters into that the nose. Then let's see, that is the content of the orbit. So that the orbit, it should be present. First, that is, this is the content, that is the eyeball. Eyeball occupies the anterior 1/3 of the orbit. Then the fascia, so here you can see, that is the yellow color fascia, that is called the orbital fascia and the bulbar fascia. Then the muscles, so here, that is the muscle is related with that the eyeball, so that is the muscles are the extraocular muscle and the intraocular muscle. So these are. Then the vessels, that is the ophthalmic artery, the superior and inferior ophthalmic veins, and the lymphatics. Then the nerves are present, so that is the optic nerve, this one majorly, then the oculomotor nerve, trochlear nerve, and the abducent nerve, and the branches of the ophthalmic and the maxillary nerve, and the sympathetic nerve. Then the lacrimal gland, which is present on the superolateral of the orbit, that is called the lacrimal fossa, and that is the orbital fat, so this one. So this structure, it should be present into that the orbit. So let's see first, that is the details of the structure.